Hello well-wishers and welcome to my channel Aspiring Minds. In today's video, we are going to discuss the line-by-line meaning of William Shakespeare's play Julius Caesar, and we will be doing Act 2 Scene 1. Now this video is part 1 because I will be only explaining from lines 1 to 161 in this video. So grab your virtual seats and let's begin. This scene takes place in the orchard of Brutus's home in Rome. The scene begins with Brutus being in a very confused state of mind. It is in the middle of the night and he's calling out to Lucius. He's saying that from the appearance of the stars which are there in the sky, I cannot understand what time of the night it is, whether it's going to be sunrise very soon or not. And then he says, I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. That is, he wishes that he had that problem, or rather he had the capacity and privilege to be able to sleep soundly without being worried or tensed about something. And then he again starts calling out to Lucius, and then he enters. Lucius says, call you my lord, that did you call me out? Brutus says, get me a taper in my study, that is, bring me a candle, I want to go to my study, bring me a candle over there, and once you have finished lighting up the candle and placing it there, then you call for me. Lucius says, I will agree to your orders, and then Lucius exits from there. In this speech, Brutus says that I do not have any personal ill will or any personal agenda, but it is for the general public good that I will have to carry out the murder of Caesar. He says that he would like to be crowned king. How far that might change the nature of Julius Caesar, that is the question, because it is only when the sun is shining bright that the serpent comes out of its hiding place, meaning that it is only when Julius Caesar will be crowned king that his real character will come out. And this requires that one should move about carefully, because when Caesar is crowned king, then what will happen? All these people are going to suffer from the abuse of the tyranny of Julius Caesar. He's going to be like a tyrant ruler. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. That is, that Julius Caesar will no longer show his humility, his lowliness, because the moment it's only when you are about to climb up the ladder of perfection and great height and fame, you are very humble, you are a people pleaser. But once you have reached the top of the height, your ambition and goal is satisfied, the people, they turn their back towards those people who had helped them. And Brutus is fearing that the same thing will be happening with Julius Caesar as well. He is going to become like a tyrant ruler. So may Caesar do, lest if he does this, it has to be prevented, and it is because they want to prevent this kind of behavior that might be exhibited by Julius Caesar that he feels that he has to carry out this murder of Caesar. Now at this time, Lucius enters again and he says that the candle is now placed in your closet or in your study and it is burning over there. But when Lucius was searching for a flint or that matchstick or a thing with which he could light up the candle, he found something, and this is the letter, remember, that had been told in Act 1 that they would be throwing into the house of Brutus, and now Brutus is about to find that letter. So Lucius says that I'm going back to bed, when you need me you call for me. He gives the letter to Brutus. Brutus says that you go to bed again, it is not day, it's not yet day, let me be awake, you go off to sleep. And then he confirms that is tomorrow going to be the Ides of March? So Lucius says that I don't know, but I'll find it out from you. So because as Brutus tells that please go and find out whether tomorrow is the Ides of March or the 15th of March. Brutus now says the exaltations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. That is, the shooting stars that are there in the sky, they are throwing so much light that because of that light also, this, even without the candle, Brutus will be able to read the letter. And he now opens and starts reading what is written in the letter. The first thing that Brutus reads over here is, Brutus, you are asleep. wake up and see yourself, shall Rome, etc. And then the three main agendas: speak, strike, redress, that is, do something to save Rome. And then he says that they say that I am sleeping, but these hints that have been dropped at me by way of letters tell me that I need to save Rome. This I must think out. He's saying I need to do something about my Rome. It was my ancestors who had driven away the tyrant ruler named Tarquin from the streets of Rome, right? So now it is his turn. If his ancestors were able to do it, now it is turn of Brutus to do something to move away Julius Caesar, who's also going to be another tyrant. At this time, Lucius enters and he confirms that yes, tomorrow is going to be the Ides of March. Again, there is a knock within. At this time, Brutus says that please go and check, someone is knocking at the door. Lucius exits. At this time, again, Brutus is talking to himself that ever since he has been, spoken to by against Julius Caesar by Cassius, he has been feeling very hellish, and from that point till now, till I carry out the murder of Julius Caesar, I am as if living in hell. The time in between is feeling no more like a nightmare to me, and my mental thoughts, my physical activities, everywhere it is restricting it, because it's not like you do murders every day. So obviously he is feeling terribly depressed, and he's constantly juggling between these thoughts, and his mind, his body, which is like a little kingdom, there is a constant conflict that is arising. At this time, Lucius enters and he informs that it is your brother Cassius at the door, who has come and wants to see you. At this time, Brutus says that please go and check, someone is knocking at the door. Lucius exits. At this time, again, Brutus is talking to himself that ever since he has been, spoken to by against Julius Caesar by Cassius, he has been feeling very hellish, and from that point till now, till I carry out the murder of Julius Caesar, I am as if living in hell. The time in between is feeling no more like a nightmare to me, and my mental thoughts, my physical activities, everywhere it is restricting it, because it's not like you do murders every day. So obviously he is feeling terribly depressed, and he's constantly juggling between these thoughts, and his mind, his body, which is like a little kingdom, there is a constant conflict that is arising. At this time, Lucius enters and he informs that it is your brother Cassius at the door, who has come and wants to see you. Now here we'll see how all the conspirators are entering. These are conspirators who are against the fact that Julius Caesar should become the king. So Cassius says, I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you? He's saying that we've been too bold in our decision of carrying out the execution of Julius Caesar, and we have come even before it is properly morning yet. So are we troubling you? Brutus says, I have been up this hour, awake all night. He's saying that no, I have not been able to sleep all night, so you're not disturbing me. And he's saying that, do I know all these people who have come along with you? Cassius says that yes, every one of them you are familiar with, because even if you may not know them in person, their intentions are aligned with your and my intentions. That is, they have a common agenda and a common honor of killing Julius Caesar. That is more than enough to be able to know these men. So Brutus says that this is, Brutus is told by Cassius that Trebonius is here. So he welcomes him, and then one by one he is listing out who all are there, and they are all being welcomed by Brutus. So Brutus is carrying on in welcoming all the people who are here, and Cassius has introduced them as Casca, Cinna, Metellus, Cimber. At this, Brutus says that all of you are welcome here, but what is it that is worrying you, that you all are all awake at this time of the night and you all have come over here? So Cassius says that shall I entreat a word? That Cassius wants to speak personally to Brutus, and then Brutus and Cassius, they whisper something and they discuss about these people who've come along. Decius says that I think this is the place where the east lies, because I can see the day breaking over here. Casca says no. To this, Cinna says that don't worry, I forgive me for cross questioning or putting up an argument against you, but I see the grey lines over here which are showing in the sky, and it is showing the first sign of daybreak. So yes, they are right, the sun is going to rise very soon. Now at this time, Casca says that all of you who are predicting that it's going to be day very soon, all of you are wrong, because the place where I am pointing my sword, that is the place from where the sun is going to rise towards the south end, because considering it is the early season of the year, it is only 2 months after this that the sun will display his first beams higher up towards north. The direct east is towards the capital in this direction. Probably Casca is very well aware of the direction of the way the sun will rise from Brutus's window, and that is how he is guiding them. At this time, Brutus asks everyone to come forward. He requests everyone to bring their hands together. Cassius then says, let us all swear our resolution. So they are all trying to pump up the energy they require to go and carry out the execution of Julius Caesar. So they are all reconfirming their oath or promise together. At this time, Brutus says that no, we don't want to have any kind of oath or promise being taken. If the faces which are sad of other people, the suffering of our souls, the evil nature of the present time, if these motives are not strong enough to bind us all together in one common agenda, then let us cut off all the discussions that are taking place right now and get back to our empty bed. Then let arrogant tyrants like Julius Caesar rule over us. But if these men, as I am sure they do, have the spirit to stimulate, to move, to motivate the crowd and to strengthen them with courage, their gentle spirits of women, men, countrymen, all these people, if you are able to urge them to seek for justice, then we should all go ahead with our idea. What other bond is required but the fact that we are all united together as Romans? We have met in secret and we have no other common agenda. What other oath is required than the word of honest men, two honest men, that we shall bring this about, or we shall fail in our attempt? Because they all that Brutus is expecting from them is honesty. He's saying, let priests and cowards swear oaths. It is not our business to go ahead and take any kind of promises, or it is the unworthy men, the trustless people who take oaths. We have a common agenda and we are very honest about it. We have no other evil intentions. So with the purity of our thought, the purity of our intention, let us go ahead, because that then does not require any kind of oath. Every drop of blood in the veins of the Roman people would be guilty of being treacherous or being deceitful. If you show any kind of deceit, you are dishonest, then it is your problem. You have not been a true Roman. At this time, Cassius says that, but what about Cicero? Shall we also include him in the plan? Because he'll be a very strong force in this plan. Casca says that yes, let's not leave him out, we'll include him. Cinna says that no, there's no need of including him. Metellus says that, oh, let us have him. Why? What are the reasons? He's stating the reasons why they should include Cicero, because he's got silver or grey hair, which accounts for that he's been a very experienced man. He will be able to purchase good opinion of the people. He is going to be able to defend the cause of Brutus and his people, and he is going to be able to win more votes, the affection and the support of other people. So he thinks that it will be easier for us to carry out the plan if we include Cicero, because he's an old person. An old person's words are taken more seriously, because we might be disregarded or not be taken very seriously. At this, Brutus says that no, don't take the name of Cicero. We don't want to include him, because whenever you try to tell him something, he does not follow instructions. Then Cassius and Casca says that let it be, then he is not fit enough. He should not be included in the plan. Now Decius comes up with an important question, that is it that only Caesar should be killed, or should any other person also be killed who might be a threat to their action of killing Caesar? So to this, Cassius says that Decius, you have put out a great idea. I think it is also necessary for us to do something about Mark Antony, because he is also someone who's very close to Julius Caesar, and if we do not do something about him, then the shrewd contriver, he may do something to annoy us. So let us all kill Antony and Caesar together. So what is it that we saw so far? We saw that Brutus is not able to sleep at night because his mind is troubled by the thoughts of having to kill his dear friend Julius Caesar, but at the same time he knows that for the sake of the well-being of Rome in general, it is necessary for them to carry this out, and all the conspirators have come in the dark hours of the night to discuss about the plan of carrying out the execution, and they are considering that it is not just Julius Caesar but Mark Antony also who might be a threat to them, and something has to be done about it. At this time we again see that Brutus is trying to clear his intentions, saying that it is not because he has any personal enmity or agenda with Caesar, but because of the general common good of Rome that he wants to carry out this plan. So that's it from this video. I hope you liked it. Do hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such future updates. Thank you for watching. Bye.